There's a woman who is going viral because she's complaining. Do you use Instacart?
I don't use it, but I want to.
You do?
Yeah.
No, that's
groceries.
Groceries, yes.
And you see people, if you go into the store now, you'll see them, personal shoppers.
You can almost always tell an Instacart shopper.
Yeah, they're efficient with it.
And you know, most often they're cart pullers. Like me, I'm old school. I push my cart. Instacarters usually have their phone in one hand and they're pulling
the cart.
These are observations that I've seen.
Yeah.
On Old Person Day.
I mean, most people push the cart. You know, it's made to push. So if you see them pulling, I guess that is a tip off that they're Instacart people. Well, anyway, see if you think this is true, or is this smart or is it sexist? A woman has gone onto her social media and said, look, if you're going to be my Instacart shopper, because she does the Instacart, that's where you go online, fill out your grocery list, and they shop for you and then deliver it to you for a fee. And she says, I want it to be a woman and not a man. And there are many reasons why. She explains it here.
From now on, when I order Instacart, if I see the shopper is a boy, I'm immediately canceling the order. Boys are just stupid. When you get a girl shopper, she'll text you and be like, hey sis, so they're actually out of the specific Honeycrisp apples you requested from Argentina. However, they do have some Mexican green apples. And I know you said you wanted a pound, but however, these apples are slightly smaller. So did you actually want a pound and a half? You know what I'm saying? They'll actually try. They want to inquire. Make sure you get your groceries. But let you get a boy shopper. You will order $90 worth of groceries and he will bring back some paper towels and some gum. Don't ever reach out if they don't have the specific item you want. We'll bring you the most rotten, bruised, disgusting, filthy, landfill-looking fruits and vegetables. They take forever. They'll mix your bare fruit with raw chicken. It's like my little brother is shopping. You know what I'm saying? Just didn't even think.
Accurate or sexist or both.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, that guys can't shop.
I don't think I've ever seen an Instacart. Maybe a few. But I'd say 90% of the people that I think are Instacart shoppers are women.
Well, you heard her proclamation. She's like, forget it. If she sees it's a guy, I guess they tell you who your shopper's going to be. And if she sees it, she's just going to cancel from now on. She's not going to do that anymore. That's probably true, that women are better shoppers, that they just look and try to pick out the best fruits and vegetables. I know that Dave and I, we don't do it because we like to... We're very connoisseurs.
Sure, you're hands-on.
Right. So I like to see and touch my green peppers before I buy the green peppers, you know. So that's why I always go to the store. I would rather go to the store than have somebody do the shopping.
Yeah, it's just something about, I mean, maybe it's irrational, but it's something about literally having your hands on what you're taking home.
I think so. And then if they are like out of something you want, you can look yourself and see what other thing do I want? You know, what other brand do I want to get with these things? I tell you, I had a problem.
Now, Kelly, your wife has taken over the shopping in your home. Has she made decisions that you don't always concur?
Hard to say.
Produce-wise, snack-wise?
No, I don't think so. She usually gets them pretty good. Lately, I've gotten to the point in my life that I just eat it if it's there, and I don't concern myself about it anymore. You know, I don't think about the price or what it is or what brand it is. I just eat it. That's just all I do. Now I've been beaten down so much that it's just like, all right, if it's in the refrigerator, I'll have it as long as it gets my staples. You know, that's it. I'll tell you, I had the problem ordering the other night. My daughter all day. This was Saturday. She wanted Mexican food. And I had laid out salmon to have for dinner. This is my healthy day. Remember that? Saturday. I'd given up Diet Coke.
Oh, yeah.
You forewent the hot dogs.
That's right. I didn't have the hot dogs that were at the event that I was broadcasting from that were apparently the best hot dogs anybody had ever had. And so I said, all right, I'm having salmon for dinner. So I laid out salmon.
For the fam?
Yeah, the whole family was having salmon. And my daughter all day was... Let's have Mexican. I want to order Mexican from the Mexican restaurant that we usually go to. And so finally, I was breaking. It was about 5:30, and my wife said, "Well, we could have the salmon tomorrow night." And I said, "Okay, let's do Mexican tonight," because I was going to go out and pick it up, and it would be like. So I was like, "Okay, let's have Mexican tonight."
How long does the salmon take to prepare?
Well, not very long. 20 minutes in the oven. But I just said, okay, because the next night would be easier on. Honestly, to cook it is easier on Sunday than on Saturday. So I said, all right, let's get Mexican tonight. We'll go out. Okay. I was going to go pick it up. So I called the Mexican restaurant, and the woman who answered had a thick Spanish accent. And so I started to do the order. And my kids, they always want specifically steak quesadillas with nothing but cheese and queso. So that's their order. And no vegetables. No vegetables. And no rice and beans either. So I go all through that, and I get the first two. And then the problem was I wanted fajitas, and my wife wanted something called a fajita quesadilla, which are different.
Nuh-uh.
They're different items. They're different. But there's fajitas, and then the fajita quesadilla is a quesadilla with fajita
stuff in it.
Fajita stuff inside.
Fajita filling inside. So I got through the first two for my kids, and she goes, "Okay, that'll be $26 and something." I said, "Well, I'm not even close to done." And then they also wanted chips and a big thing of queso. They wanted queso on top of queso. So I say, "Okay, now my next is fajitas," and she said, "All right, chicken stuff." But it's very difficult to go back. I mean, she's back and forth. And I got that out of the way, and then I said fajita quesadilla, and she goes, "You want fajitas?" And she was very confused, and I kept going on and on and on. And finally, and then she went back to the first to the kids, and finally I said, "I can't do this anymore," and I hung up. I mean, I was on with her.
No mas.
Yeah. And my kids were witnessing this, and they were like, "What did you just do?" And I said, "I can't order that. I cannot do that. We're having the salmon." I said that we're having the salmon. And they were so crushed by this. You would have thought that I had just said, we're divorcing. They were so upset by this. They were like, "But you promised us Mexican." I said, "I cannot make that happen."
Now they had to push the salmon around the plate.
They did. And they did. And by the time that was done, I said, "Just give me your plates. I'll eat your salmon." Because I was starving. They were like, "We don't." And I said, "Just give it to me. Just go upstairs. I don't care."
Well, look, our friend Biggie's not here, and BB Shea, feel free to jump in. But I think you're so beholden to the old ways. Why are you calling in your order?
I don't know that you can order this online. I don't know. This was a local place.
But if you go in, when I go to get Mexican, when my wife is out, when she's with her family, when she's out with the girls, and I want Mexican, it takes 2 minutes to make it.
You just order it there.
I order it there.
Just go in there.
And I take my seat, I get my phone out, your order's up.
Yeah, that's pretty quick.
Maybe it's a Mexican restaurant.
Maybe that's how I should
do it. You could have
DoorDashed
it too.
I never do that. I never do that.
I'm sure that restaurant is on there too.
I did one DoorDash one time. I had an awful experience. I said, "I'm never doing this again." It took forever. The guy was high when he got there, and I said, "I'm just not doing this again." And look, I don't mind you being high on your time. Okay, that's fine. But I just could not take it. It took forever. And this woman that I talked to, and I call in pizza.
You're the only guy alive who still calls in an order.
I call in because I want them to know. I want to be able to use my inflection. I want to be able to use because I want to say a little extra sauce on half. This kind of thing. This woman, there was a language barrier, and we were back and forth. And when I was shaking, and finally I just said to her, "I can't do this." And she said, "What?" And I said, "I can't do this with you." And I hung up on her. I really felt bad.
Yeah.
But I told my kids, I was like, "That's it. There's no Mexican." And then I told the wife, I was like, "If you want it, you order it." And she's like, she doesn't do that. She's, I'm my
okay,
order.
do that.
That was it. We just
as Apple tech savvy as she is.
Yes, you won't. No. And we don't ever do the online order. We only do over the phone. And you think this place though I could have online ordered it?
Yes, probably.
Really?
Yes.
A la carte?
On their website or on DoorDash. Yes.
Order by order?
With the pandemic, every restaurant is like that now.
Now, I wasn't going to have it delivered. I was going to go pick it up.
Yeah, you could probably still do that.
Still do
Order online and go pick it up.
I'll have to investigate that because I just wasn't going to do it. Man, stuff like that's so frustrating to me. And it was because of the language barrier. And look, I love all people. That's fine.
Yes.
And that's authentic Mexican food.
Yeah.
Okay. But I couldn't order from her. I just couldn't do it.
Wonder why they had her on the phone.
I don't know. She just could not understand.
No one ever calls.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
She's probably new. They said, "You work the phones. Nobody's going to call you. Don't worry." When it rang, she was like, "Oh my God, what is this?" Here's what Chris Demm and I have in common with two veteran referees in the NBA. There's a couple of guys at the Eastern Conference Finals, the Bucks and the Celtics. Okay,
Is that conference finals?
Excuse me, semifinals. Conference semifinals in the East. The Bucks are playing the Celtics, and they are, game one was the other night. Milwaukee won it. Before the game, there's a guy sitting there named Jack Harlow. I don't know who that is. You know who that is?
I do, yeah. He's a young rapper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they get a couple of referees there on the court, and the camera's on them, and you can hear what they're talking about. And apparently, they're showing Jack Harlow, who is in the crowd, and they say the referees are talking to each other.
10 toes, that's my MO.
And they're talking about this song, which is Nail Tech, okay? Or actually, they're not talking about it. They're on the court, and this is what they say.
Who's Jack Harlow? Who's Jack Harlow?
I have no idea.
There's a guy over here, right here. He's in that white shirt behind you.
Yeah, who is he?
I don't know. Go ask him.
Scott Buster, let me help you out. Jack Harlow, one of the top rappers in the game right now. His latest song, Nail Tech.
This is Nail Tech right here. I didn't have a clue who he was. They were showing him on the camera. I guess that's why they were showing him. And these two referees are like, "Who's Jack Harlow? I don't know who that is. Do you know who that is?
No.
Never heard the name.
No. One of the top rappers of the game.
Yeah.
I was reading about it. They were like, obviously Jack Harlow's become an enormous star, but even these referees don't know who even Jack Harlow is. I don't either. I don't know. That's the way it gets. You start to not know who the people are.
Oh yeah, I passed that
many years ago.
boundary.
I don't have a clue who that guy is, and I thought I've
You
never.
think your son's a fan?
He probably knows him. I'm sure he knows him. I never even heard the name before.
Yeah.
Jack Harlow. This is his song they were talking about, and he was sitting
Nail Tech.
Nail Tech. Nail Tech.
Like that someone who does your nails?
Yeah.
Because my wife has a nail tech.
Yeah, mine does too. And he's sitting right there courtside, of course, because I'm sure he's this rich, famous rapper. I have no idea who he was. There's another celebrity. Also, I don't really know who Machine Gun Kelly is, but
We've talked about him.
Mick Jagger said he's the future of rock and roll, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
And then we started talking about him and Megan Fox. I do know her. They're married. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. And the conversation that spawned after that was they drink each other's blood. They're not crazy.
Yeah.
They don't drink goblets of blood. They have
Not even like a juice glass in the morning.
A sprinkle.
Droplet here or there.
A droplet here and there is what they have. Because the story came out that when they got married, and then a few times a year, they'll swap each other's blood. And Megan Fox said, okay, I don't want you to think we're doing crazy stuff. We have rituals where, yes, we drink a drop or two of each other's blood. Well, now some real-life vampires, people who identify as vampires who do drink blood, say, we're concerned about this. Are you taking... God. Are you? They've actually said, this is the article, they said, are you taking the proper precautions? Because you have to make sure the blood is clean before you drink the blood. This was one of the co-founders of the New Orleans Vampire Association says, there's precautions. You better test for disease on blood before you start drinking blood. And they drink blood all the time, this group does.
I thought vampires, the people who claim to be vampires, they just drank tomato juice.
They say
No,
these
they
two
actually
said they
drink blood.
They said they drink
Is it
blood.
human blood?
Yes. So I've actually seen footage of this. There's this guy in his bathroom. He poked the back of some kid 3 times with a knife and then just sucked it right out of his back.
And he's like a real
He's
life
like, he
vampire.
claims to be a vampire. It's the weirdest thing.
But he couldn't have tested that blood.
No, exactly. So I don't know what this dude's talking about.
This guy says they're standards. There are.
You're starting to make vampires look bad.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right.
The founder of the Endless Night Vampire Club says, again, you're going to have to, we don't want you as part of our club unless you're properly drinking the blood as it should be done. Blood withdrawal should only be done by medical professionals.
Yeah, but you can't steal it from them.
These are vampires.
Run into the lab core, start grabbing samples.
Ain't that the truth? These are in our day, vampires were vampires.
Yeah.
These are now they're trying to do it the right way, the clean way, and they're saying Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, no, you're doing this all wrong. It's not working at all. The other celebrity news today is Drew Barrymore is apologizing. She's offended. She says thousands of people who have come at her on Twitter. She's talking about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial that's going on. That's a really high profile case that Johnny Depp seems to be winning.
Right. I think today Amber takes the stand for the first time.
She's got to get her word out there because everybody is saying, there's like hashtag justice for Johnny Depp out there. It's like she is looking so bad. She just fired her whole PR team. Her team apparently has done her no favors lately. Well, Drew Barrymore made a few jokes about it.
Can't handle the Johnny Depp Amber Heard. It's like one layer of crazy. It's a 7-layer dip of insanity.
It's truly amazing just to sit back and read the transcripts of what they've done to each other.
It's so fascinating. I know that these are two people's real lives, and I know what it's like to have your life put out in public. I understand all the feelings, but they are actually offering up this information. Nobody had to know. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Now you hear that. That was Thursday.
Not exactly a hot take.
No, I've heard a million people say that. We've said that.
Yeah.
There's Friday.
It has come to my attention that I have offended people with making light of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And for that, I just want to deeply apologize and appreciate everyone who spoke out, because this can be a teachable moment for me.
What a terrible thing, Drew Barrymore. Drew, stick to your guns. My God.
There was no gun.
You didn't even say anything. You didn't even say anything. I am so sorry.
Between that and the vampires, we're done.
Yeah, really.